Oh, beautiful fellow human beings. Found this radio, so I've been trying to pick something up. I could get the weather. Can always get the weather. There's the weather.
Showers and thunderstorms, then a chance of showers after
The weather.
Thursday through Friday. North winds 5 to 10 knots.
It's just a receiver. I have to manually do it. I don't have any batteries. There's these mystery ones. So I've just been kind of cycling them. Alright. I wish I had a battery tester, but I don't. I have rechargeable ones somewhere, but they're so old. Probably take an eternity to get like 5 minutes of charge. I wonder what all these were used for, and then damn. Trying to think of what I have with 2 batteries in it. Jeez. Whoa. There's a little switch in there for alkaline. Never seen that. Oh. Need to find some wherever the new packs are. I still haven't really got son of a snatch. Alright, let me run in the kitchen real quick. There might be some in there. I wish like they turned a different color or something when they were. Alright, I'll be right back. Let's see if there's some in the drawer. Yeah. Went to Walmart, I did. Managed to get another one of those shells. And there was also a ton of storage drawers for the desk. Including, there's AAA of a snack. Whoa, some sweet things in here though. Tell you what, what's that? Oh, an old citrus squeezer. Hot tin. Interesting, I've never seen that. Oh, there we go. What's that for? Is that for picking up hot jars? Maybe. Yeah. That's my guess. Citrus. Is this aluminum? Yep. This seems like a good idea. Well, I'm not too sure. I know I hear a lot of aluminum being no bueno. Oh, a meat tenderizer. Oh, look at it. Oop. Yikes. Man, the one fresh pack I can find is just AAA. And, the large ones, D's or whatever. Oh, can't I just like ball up some foil? Alrighty, well, anyways. Ow, did I just like... Ow. Anyways. Hope all is having a fantastic evening. Oh man, I can't think of anything that has batteries in it even. My shorts are too big for me. At least it's better than being too small. Man, so close. I have an international radio, but I haven't gotten it back yet. But I did get my chair back, so a little more comfortable than usual, or than have been. But anyways, God, man. I did a lot today, unfortunately. Whew. But it's starting to get a little better. And a little spacious. It's a shame that the garbage comes twice a week and you kind of have to wait, and you end up having to like wait for it to be emptied to put more, because you can't just throw it on the street unless it's bulk pickup. But yes sir, LB and G. Hey Elijah. Well, I did get more 2 hot hooks, so I'm just gonna continue on those. I feel like these are a nice size without being super big. Hey, hunting and stuff. Pretty good. Got some storage bins for material, so it is night and day difference having drawers instead. These plastic, like organizing drawers, I never had much luck with because they're not the most sturdy. Every one I've ever ended up with and used to organize something would just fall apart. However, these materials are quite literally as light as feathers, because most of them are feathers. So they're ideal. Everything at my hands. Also, a buddy found this, I'm guessing at a gas station or dollar store, and grabbed it and said, so make lures with it. Some of the materials very much like doll hair. I know that artificial hair and wigs and all that stuff is used here. Tomorrow, the next day, the jig hook should be here, so I can tie some perdigons. Some perdigons. I really like those. The perdigons. I'm never too sure if I'm pronouncing it. Yeah, they are for hair, but look, there's even flash in there, which probably isn't going to be too sturdy, but we'll never know. This material is perfect. It's got really nice, here, let me see. It's got really nice movement to it. And really nice and soft. The stuff that I got in place of, like, it was listed as EP fibers, but it is nothing like that. It's essentially this material, but has way less movement. I'm fighting many urges right now. They're on hair clips. Man, I need to find batteries. I really want to listen to whatever I can find, really. See what has the largest reaches and stuff. I've only ever been able to get the NOAA's weather broadcast, which is 24 hours. I forget the radius it reaches. Ooh. There's a lot I don't really understand with the frequency radius and scanners. Beyond, yeah, the weather. So, ooh, the gray. Ooh, I guess this is as far as my chair can go. Alright, have some set aside for once. They're also the last of white hackle, but got some chartreuse on the way, which I really want to focus on that. I do have more white hackle, it's just way longer. saving that for something else. 5 to 7 inches is a really, really large distance. And the hairline strong hackle or saddles that I got or get is 5 to 7 inches, like it says on the package. So there's a lot of. Why does my brain just like turn to mush for the third measurement? But I don't know if I showed the Flysmith poly yarn, but just got that a few days ago. Really want to fish some tries. I've been leveling with a few of my buddies. Like, I don't know what to forget how to get divine inspiration anymore. I really just need someone to show up and just be like, yo, you want to go, to whatever outdoor area? And I'll be like, oh, actually, I'm like, just start organizing my whatever. And then they're just like, pussy. And then they get in their like car to drive away. And I'm like, oh, wait. That's what I fantasize about. Nice floof. Nice floof in these. Coupe. Ooh, a son of a snap. So, a long time ago, I never finished it, and I still want to work on it. Even make like shorts, like act it out. Because, this eats up a lot of my tinker time, so I don't doodle as much as I used to anyway. This, like, I get all of my joy from this now. And, it'd be sweet to, like, write skits, and I have a few, like, stories, if you will, and they're doodled in, like, shitty comic style, but one was Negative Nancy, the positive prostitute. She hated her life, but loved her job, and it's stupid, alright? I made it when I was, like, in 8th grade, so, and it takes place at the Sands Hotel in Singer Island here in Florida, South Florida, and, like, one of the regulars at the bar, the Sandy Snatch, is named Axl Rose, and it's just like a female truck driver, and you know, yeah. But it has stuck with me all these years. Like when I was trying to come up with the outfit for like the negative Nancy, I never drew a top on her, so like the character just is like the only. I don't know. I was thinking about that in the Sands Hotel. Which they just painted, so I'm very curious as to what's happening there. I think I got a buddy like obsessed with this one little nook in that area, which it'll be real sweet to know someone that lives over there. Oh yeah, these gray ones came in a lot, so I have no idea who made them, but they're so nice. Out of the strong hackle I had, I mean it's short. I really need to get better lighting, y'all. I really apologize. Is this the focus doesn't like it? Son of a snatch. The focus never likes it. It drives me nuts. But really nice for bait fish tails. Because also I love when the tendrils, these are really nice and pronounced and like silky, and like see how it looks darker around it? I love that so much. It ends up looking so sick on a tail when it's wet, because it helps like make it stand out more. I'm a beginner, so I'm finding all this out for the first time. So the most basic shit is like groundbreaking to me still, so keep that in mind if you will. It's interesting too, they got like a strong, but that's alright. I'm not gonna. They don't string saddle like they do in the old tying videos. Because in the old tying videos, they say on one side it's usually your left feathers, and the other side is usually your right feathers. I don't think people are like taking the time to do that anymore, which is understandable, but much larger world to feed. I think I got into tying at the exact right time, like personally. I'm so blown away by it and like deeply impressed. Oops. Which I always have been, I'm telling you, like I was decorating hooks before just for my dad for gifts. I always wanted to know the materials and how to coat rope or cording to make it super strong. And it's very ironic that my dad passed away like not even a year into this project, but just gonna go even harder now, because now I got shit to block out. So take advantage, because can't say militia anymore. I didn't realize that was a thing. I didn't realize it was illegal to start. I really apologize. I didn't mean to use that specific word. I more so mean fishing fleet that is also obnoxiously armed. If y'all look up BSD, or is it BDS? BDS fabrication. He's a machinist here in Lake Worth. And his work, hey Zoidberg, his work is phenomenal. Highly, highly enjoy seeing what's created just down the street. I keep meaning to run over there, get some scrap and stuff, but man, I'm so shy. No, I gotta get it out from this desk. So I had a plan for this one, but I completely forgot. For the flash, there's something that I ran into and I was like, oh shoot, oh yeah, ripple in still water. I don't remember melodies, it sucks. I know, like, Tucker Carlson's pissing everybody off right now. I don't really give a shit. I still want to tie him a fly. I love how people think they're like exposing him though. He's like, every 2 seconds he's like, I'm an out of touch rich kid, so I don't really know. Like, I get the whole like dad CIA thing, but again, like I don't really care one way or another. There are very few celebrities, because I consider him a celebrity, I guess. I don't know. What would you consider, like a very well-known reporter? But, like, man, I've been watching him since I was a kid. Dude was just hilarious. And then a few years ago, solidified it when he was just like, you know, you know, like Aliens on Fox, just like I used to cackle so hard, and I don't forget people that make me laugh, no siree. And I don't have any dogs in this race. I always say that to the people that like give me the most shit about it in my personal life, and I just don't. Like, could understand why, or just get even more mad at me, but again, I really, I'm not saying I don't care because I'm being an asshole and I actually do care. It's just I don't have that, like, receptor in my being. Just those messages don't get very far. And it's a shame, but I think it's gonna chill out soon. I know I've been saying that for a bit, but I think there had to be kind of like a nationwide rage out in order to get back on the same page, because we're in the same book, you know. Things are too big. It's driving me nuts. This like belt is clenched and the back is so uncomfortable. Was I ripple? Okay, so no, I need that too. God damn it. I hate the first few days of organizing in a new, interesting way. Because I can't find anything. Instantly forgot. But this ripple is some. Forgot how much this moves. Ripple. Oh, Ritu Sharma, wrong stream then. Every fly here takes an eternity. I'm not tagging anything in particular, so it takes a while. I also don't really know what I'm doing. Just throwing shit at the wall until something sticks. Well, really until I can start getting back there again. Or out there. But I think too, one thing I forget to mention is now that I'm back on the coast, it's not like there's a quiet, hidden little nook to fish. It's chaos 24/7. So you gotta also be in a social mood to fish in these parts. And there isn't any canals besides the spillway. Not this far. There is the intercoastal. But man, I trust those. Like, you got the people so freaking brain dead here that they don't. The water has been so bad for so long. They're only really starting to plant it up these last 10 years maybe. But you get like cellulitis, MRSA, staph infection upon contact with that water. Like, you'll be grazing the surroundings with your eyes, like, wow, it's like parrot. Ew. It's gnarly. I wish they could cut another inlet, but what would that even look like? Bunch of eminent domain. Rippling still water. Winds to blow. I guess that's why I thought of Tucker Carlson. Yeah. I don't care if someone's dad is from the CIA and they're like born with, you know, abalone shells in their mouth. I don't care if they are born. Did I say abalone shells? Yeah. I was just thinking about that today because I keep seeing all kinds of stuff. But I will say, there's a few people, maybe him included, I don't know. I don't really watch him like that anymore because I just watched him for a second, you know, on TV. But the long form, like, interviews, very few I watch. I'll put it that way. I don't watch none of them, but very few I watch. I think the last one I watched was a few months ago, actually, about the deep underground military bases. Oh shoot, I almost forgot the ostrich. I hate this light. It's the like fluorescent one. The fluorescent setting. But the kind of natural one, it doesn't like focusing. I don't have enough lights on in here. Yeah, these take forever because I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, yeah, mullet run. Does anybody know any information on that? Like, unfortunately, I'm quite ignorant to the mullet run beyond observing like people preparing here. And last year missed it. Like, how would you prepare and how would you go out and where would you set off, I guess? zeroed in on some freighter cruises. I have to get a passport for it though. And I'm like, I like planning things like a long time in advance because I don't know, like kind of like get to bypass the desire to want to cancel last minute too. And any freaking events or anything, I always find out the day after every single time. I don't even know why Facebook will show events that have passed. Because we do have some really, really cool things. One of the libraries up north, they have archaeology meetups. Excuse me. I sound carbonated. Don't know what I was thinking. Alright. Got some of that Sci-Hands just for like some tack. I haven't been able to find, so like 2 or 3 years ago, there was a plan to rescan the oceans for charting, or to rechart the oceans. And it was this big, like, deal, but then it just kind of disappeared. I haven't heard anything about it. Some fluorescence. But man, I am just like all kinds of down. Just seeing how everything's playing out there. Don't know what the future looks like at all. Beyond like personal goals or little things like that. I don't know, like the landscape. This stuff is incredible. Hard to spread. Frick. Locked in. Let's see, Mike, hey. I'm hoping. Because it's not like, you know, the thing I'm most worried about, honestly, is the population's response to, just if ever anything gets to a boiling point, and then of course desperation. Like, I'm a little curious how Christmas is gonna be this year. I'm sure it's gonna be. Man, God, we had like robberies and carjackings when I was younger for cars full of stuff in mall parking lots. And I'll put some glue when I get this. Oh, jeez, I got that. I'm wondering if I should. Well, I guess I'll just do the bottom now. A few more flashy items. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody knows anybody in Palm Beach County getting some projects going too. For the fellow stragglers of the world. Not much, but gotta do it. This gold is sweet. I wish I could have like a a coat made out of this or something. I don't know. Okay. Just throw some yellow down here. Don't need a tremendous amount. Hey, Donna. The government, our governor doesn't play. Hugo. I've been slowly popping back into Discord. My phone, I just gotta get better, more productive with it. But yeah, this is a huge adjustment, that's for sure. The biggest thing that I was worried about, like for the last year, it's just crazy when like the time like after. But never know. Because when I get a passport, I'll be able to do the hitchhiking. Well, the sailboat hitchhiking. And most of those go to the Mediterranean. Like, there really is still a lot of, like, incredible experiences. It's just like, people are or there's too many distractions here. And now everyone's really hurting. Because we're not citizens, we're like corporations. We're raised in debt. Essentially batteries. Just like every equivalent, so a lot of sci-fi movies make. But the internet being a blessing and a curse is far more of a blessing in my opinion. People need to leave their echo chambers long enough to be able to hear other people without getting defensive. Because like as soon as someone says something different, it's like, hey, that's not what my friends say. Burn the witch type reaction, I guess. For anything these last few years. I admire the wave of not able to give a shit streams, like thought streams. It's, you know, it's amazing, like the patterns worldwide. But I do subscribe to the whole, like, we're probably a super organism thing or something, like an infected one. I just don't like mind games. And I get that it takes a lot to govern people, especially billions. But what they did to this population, man, like, I've always just watched old movies and shows to have on in the background. Like, I'm talking Little House on the Prairie. I'm talking Twilight Zone, you know? And those old educational, like, 40s to 60s videos are great too. I don't know, it's just such a difference. And then I was reading about how it's like all consumer run now rather than shoot, what was the word? Not like workers, but like working class. No, not that either. Skilled. There's like, you know how they would build a factory, employ a ton of people, and then around that factory would be a little community and these little self-sufficient, essentially, cities everywhere, which are some of my favorite buildings to wander around in. But it's not lost on me that this abandoned building is a lost like trade or lost thing. It'll be like for instance the paper factory downtown West Palm. It was fantastic. I loved being inside of it, but it wasn't lost on me that they used to produce paper there, and now it's all from elsewhere. A lot of places like that. Like, I don't even think I've seen a functioning cement factory. I mean, maybe they just have moved inland or something. Because there's loads on the highway. And it's all abandoned. Very fun to climb, but all abandoned. Past the statutes of limitations or whatever. Oh yeah. Got away with going inside so many buildings. But to be fair, I always dress nice. And I always have my camera with me in a notebook, so I would just take the artsy route and be like, oh, it's just so inspiring. Just make sure you take some artsy shots of the place while you're there. Damn it, I forgot I got a pumpkin. Excuse me. To put scraps in so I wasn't throwing them on my desk anymore. My notebooks end up piled on my proper scrap bin right here on the side of me. Then just not pay attention to that. would like to talk to some tech-savvy people, though. I don't know what's going on. Just keep seeing people with like a random charge on their electricity, and they think they're paying their electricity, but then they look at it and it's like for data centers or solar farms. I want to see, like, there has to be a site for investors in like this initiative or what have you, where like it's in their language. Like, example, my area, you can't really find much on the development plans or what have you, but if you search like you're interested in this area, you'll see like what they're pumping out to potential buyers, like not wanting locals to see because they'll shite themselves. Little baby Del Rey over here. So I think gray, and then yellow, and then the blue. And this is just Senyo's laser yarn. I'm gonna make some. I got loads of yarn. And when you brush yarn out, you get like really the perfect length. Like 2 inches, give or take. Not all yarn, obviously. All yarn is different. But I don't like none of it. I don't like anything that's happening anywhere at all right now. Besides, in the hearts and minds of individuals that, you know, that think for themselves. Like, I like people much smarter than me, and I like hearing them talk, because I am an idiot, but only like I don't know why. I don't know what I was gonna say, but you know, I just like in the beginning of this, the whole like everyone's autistic now, which granted, like it's through the roof. Like, I mean, our food is feed, the fuck, but all the medicines and everything. It's just the I don't want to sound like all high and mighty, but I saw this shit coming from so long. Like, I remember reading history books and be like, uh-oh. Like, just something seems like it was not gonna be like that forever. Because you have to realize, too, that was the early 2000s, so we're very, like, I mean, post 9/11, so everything was super militarized, and I don't know, how people used to talk about the country when I was a kid used to trip me out a lot, because, I don't know, and it always used to trip me out, like, our action movies where, like, it'll be like, we're fighting China or something. It's stuff like that that, like, used to really throw me for a loop as a kid, and I didn't really know what was appropriate talk for other countries, because I liked all the other countries. I like every single country. I'm not saying I like their government or like their laws. I don't know about 90% of that. I'm saying I like their like the people, like what they create, and how they like show like love to their friends and family and stuff, and community and stuff, it's really soul nourishing. I'm not saying anything other than, I don't know. I just like a lot more than I don't like. Like, and people here, when I was a kid, just like, it used to bug me out that, like, not knowing much about other cultures, like how a lot of those street interviews, people can't point, like, to a map, like, or whatever, which, I mean, the school here is atrocious. Everybody knows that. Like, I don't know if y'all remember when the textbook used to be wrong, and the teacher would be like, oh, yeah, that is wrong, but you still have to go by the textbook. It's all done on purpose. Like, make no mistake. It's literally in writing. And, I mean, the replacement, all of it. The shutdown, the buying everything up, the taking over everything, energy, everything. I mean, remember when all the farms were being bought up? It's exhausting. But even like accepting most of this as fact, like I really don't want to get me down too much because it's just background noise to me. I am currently on planet Earth. I have no idea how long I will be, if I ever will be again. I have one life that I'm absolutely sure about. So would have to pay me hourly to give a shite about any of the stuff that you sneeze and it's a different storyline. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, the cartel intense. Solar is not working. I mean, solar's been around for so long. If it did, like, wouldn't everyone just have roofs made out of that? Like, if it was efficient for, like, scale. I don't know how to word it. I've never been so damn jaded. I used to be jaded, and then talking to, like, someone from the UK for a while, I realized, wow, so this place is pretty chill or whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that, like, it's, everywhere is a really strange system. And people and the management of, I try not to forget about that part. Like, I love all y'all anarchists, but there's a few things that I can't, like, get past. That's why that stream, I was cackling the other night on a stream. Sounded just like a conversation with people here. Because there's so many questions. And then when I ask questions, And then I get an answer. I'm like, well, no, that's not what I meant or something. I just get told like I wouldn't get it or something. It's like I don't know. With the right words, like, you know, how you could like read a sentence and it's got potential to change your outlook on something. But I've never been able to put myself in a place where that made sense. Like, I could put myself in other people's shoes. It's a lost art form in today's world. I'm sure y'all here can also engage in this ancient lost art form. But yeah, it's confusing one. However, more than happy to experiment if anybody wants to help me make a floating barge. Can have whatever government you want on it, as long as it doesn't have any laws on fishing. Fuck. I knew that was gonna happen. I just don't really like the shape that produces right there. Maybe I'll try to fill it in a little more. Whatever. Resin's gonna go on it anyway. And eyes. Tying the one I tied last night. Trying to. I just have to add the eyes. Yeah. It's hard not to overthink it. I have a tendency to do that, and it's a lot easier said than done to like not. However, there is a fail-proof way to stop overthinking. Kick a wall barefoot, and if you don't like feeling uneven, kick it immediately after with your other foot. Or you can flip a log and look at all the bugs crawling around, and which is gaining popularity almost as a saying in itself, which I'm sure it's been a saying. Sounds like a saying. Probably is. I feel like it's like a leave it to Beaver or something. Anyway, or any form of crafting. And it doesn't have to be crafting, it could be doodling, and it doesn't have to be a picture. You could just color the whole page black. Like, it doesn't matter. The sound of the pencil going back and forth, and mind, hand, paper, like, so much good comes out of that. I have doodle books everywhere. Ow. Just a load of doodles and like out of context thoughts and phone numbers. Alright, so I'm going to put eyes on this a different way because I kind of messed it up last time. Or you know what? I'm going to do the eyes after asking if anybody has input and look up some videos. So I'm just going to start another. I cannot lie, I really want to walk to that gas station right now, but it's a sketchy walk, it really is. Last time, my mom and I were waiting to cross Dixie Highway, and it's very busy. I had my phone in my back pocket, and the dude ran behind me all the way to my back area, but I have natural reflexes, so if there's any quick movements, I automatically put my hand on my phone, and Yeah, that's it doesn't look as bad as it is here, but it is pretty bad. And yeah, then he like not only like took off but ran across the street without looking, so. And then like what like when he before he ran across the street, like he had to run at an angle away from it. It was very bizarre. He had unfortunately sores all over his face. Like dude was not in a good state. And that was a few weeks ago. It was very hot. It's really bad. Um, the the drugs are just really bad here. I would not engage. If somebody offers you something, say no. You know, Miami's right down the street. A lot of stuff comes from God knows where, and it's just like every other day is on the news, or on Facebook every other day someone is having their friends say rest in paradise, so not worth it. I overheard on a podcast like even celebrities aren't partying like that without drug tests, as in like what cops use to see if a substance is a substance, which is wild to me. It's just everything feels so freaking like tainted. Like they figured out some dark shit and they're rolling with it. I keep seeing like videos on homeless people disappearing because they'll move them to an area, then perhaps like a shelter type deal. I don't know, man. I like seeing like I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it here, but there is one thing that it just felt so dirty, and like I'm well aware that there really is no sides. It's just a different mask that the same beast puts on to appease the population. Whichever mask will piss off the population less is the mask they wear that 4 years. And it's just I don't know, if everything feels like bizarre and just uncomfortable, awkward, not digging it. I have never dug it. All right. I'm you know, I am a female, all right? And I was raised in the early 2000s. Do you know how uncomfortable watching TV was? Can you put yourself in my shoes? I didn't watch TV for years in adulthood because I just was like, ugh, it's so off-putting. Why would anybody want to watch this? I mean, like that Butterface game show or whatever, Howard Stern thing, and the lady's like, I think the lady's party, I don't know, it was making its rounds again. I don't even remember it when I was a kid, but that's like a clear example of like what TV was like at all times. And like everyone just looked uncomfortable. I can't get entertainment out of that, man. Like I still can't. I would rather listen to the same song over and over and over again. But, you know, you never know. I might develop a soft spot for that later on in life. Things I couldn't stand often found a way of becoming my favorite. Oh shit. I didn't mean to get that all the way down there. Let me just redo that. Oh, I found a drum set. Like a kid's drum set, but man, it looks legit. I'm gonna set it up. Well, my dad used to say that he got a drum set for me to set up out there. I had no idea what he was talking about. So, equal parts depressing, but drums are pretty loud, so he should be able to hear them wherever. I think too, what this, whoever is running this shit show forgets is like, people need things to live for. They really do. I've seen time and time again when people stop doing their hobbies and instantly start disintegrating. And when I first started noticing that, like personal practices, whether it be like meditation or doodling, art, if that individual doesn't interact with that, like they'll break down. And I saw it first in high school when like people would get together and then instantly start like, I don't know, pressuring each other to not engage in their hobbies. And that's when you would hear like, oh yeah, he used to be really good at guitar, but he hasn't played it in years because it drives her nuts. It's a shitty example, but you know what I mean, like that. And then like it looks like a totally different person. There's that. And but now like, see, the clashes I think were necessary, honestly. Like I'm not gonna touch any race or religion, so I'll just say men and female one. But now I think they're realizing that not all of them, obviously. I mean, I'm not talking about like people that are like really like they can't get themselves out of their shell, and that way, and therefore like they can't get anyone else into theirs. And bad like way to word it. I don't know how to word it, but talking about just like the expectations, like uh buying dinner or whatever, like those little expectations, well, aren't little in this economy. But you know what I mean, we're frogs, we've been boiling for a minute, we're just now realizing it, type of thing. Or like the population is. And because I've seen a bunch now where in place of the whole like at each other's throats, it's like, Jesus, we can't even afford to be at each other's throats. Like, and it's putting a lot into perspective. I mean, birth rates don't. I mean, that thing looks like, you know, a half pipe. Jesus. Quarter pipe, rather. Because I guess a half pipe would go back up. Which it is. And I don't know. I'm blabbering now hard. Let me grab a drink. Yeah, shit, my mic is dead. But like, you know, nobody's gonna slay themselves like and until they die like alone and like I don't know, man. Emerald the anger like is so deep and all and like existence driven like when you wake up and you have no, if I'm freaked out big like real big. So many people have not even a place to hang out, like, and it sounds dumb, but it's not. Third spaces, when everybody woke up and realized, like, hey, the only place to even sit for a while are bars. And, like, the parks, well, the parks, most parks you should probably wander through armed at night, but, you know, that's when you go out, because most people working during the day and go out and there's nothing to do. Man, I cannot find... Alright, one moment. Let me plug this in. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but it's dead. I forgot my charger. So I have this really super slow one. But I might have to wear it as it's plugged in. Alright, it is plugged in. It's on. Making coffee. I'm not trying to drink energy drinks anymore, but my mom must have gone by a sale because there is just all kinds of temptation, and caffeine is probably my biggest the big reality TV. It was brutal. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, dang, somehow in between the Kardashians and like TikTok was like mass attention eroded because a surprising amount of people watch that Kardashian show. And I tell you what, I don't know how. You have to have the focus of a god. You have to have the focus of a chess god in order to watch that show. They talk so slow. You have to watch it sped up or something. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten any context out of that show besides when that Scott Disick dude was there, because that lad did embody chaos. And the episode that I remember seeing had a TV that got stuck on whatever channel, and he was he pissed himself in the Versace mansion in Miami. It was memorable, I guess, but yeah, like the slowest dialogue out of any show I have ever seen in my entire life. It's wild. Like 1940s, like educational videos have faster dialogue than that. Here, let me zoom out, because I have to dig out feathers now. The ah ha ha ha! Oh, kind of forgot about this chair. It has these arms, but I whacked my funny bone on him quite a lot. Did I get? Man, this sucks. If I could find a charger, I could at least plug it in. But it's one of these old ones. And I had one, but all my cords that I've hoarded throughout my life is, I don't think I'll be getting any of that back. It's a pain in the ass. Still no plants or plans. I feel like I've been robbed, honestly, and just I don't know. Some people are just odd and don't like think value like rights. Jesus, lost so much, but less weight. But yeah, if anybody ever does that to you, I'll tell you later. Just see, when I say I'm a people pleaser, I don't mean like I'm a people pleaser, like I'll tell you something that I think you want to hear. I just mean like I'm not very confrontational, or and like I have to be pretty comfortable with you in order to like stand ground or anything like that, because or else I just would disappear forever. I don't like I don't know. There's just too many soulless shells on this plane. It's maddening and disheartening. I just don't get why people are disposable to other people. And like sometimes I feel like I get like potential I guess reasoning or like things that make sense, but it's still down to the individual to actively make an effort to drain rather than to pour into. And that's on every single level of every single interaction. But thankfully, I was raised to be well aware that there is always a dick in the crowd. Always. And not everyone wants to be one. Like some people are just like going too many directions internally, like that it boils out and gets thrown into the faces of whoever's near, you know, projection. Which, that's why I think benefit of the doubt in a lot of situations is actually a wise thing. Ooh. Hey man, Mike, I appreciate that. Mike. Gotta, I haven't really messed with AI. I made like I generated one image of a picture of mine. It's just said, can you make this look like a comic book? I'm too lazy. And but that would be a pretty funny use in my humble opinion. So, right, or to make a full Kardashians episode where they all get into fly tying. Alright, I don't know why I said that. There's a part of me that does, like, I don't have any horses in any races. I don't even have a horse. And it's really interesting to see because it's almost like the closest you can see to seeing someone's imagination without, like, you know, them having to be an artist or anything to be able to depict it perfectly. And anyone could at least produce something that can be used to show somebody else. I don't know what I'm saying. Got a little uneven there. Yeah, scored hard at Walmart today. These little organizers, they're really well made, and they were on sale for $6. I'll put this here this time. That's just a little. Why did I do that? Alright, never mind. I'm gonna put that where I usually put it. Ripple, which was my grandpa's dog's name. Pockets feel like they're full, but they're not. I don't understand. Oh. Let's grab 3. I really like this stuff. Can't wait to get in the yellow. I forget what they call the yellow. But yellow, blue, and pink would be nice. That's a lot of the bait fish here in the shoreline. You'll find that kind of like Easter rainbow. Now I'm going to put this. If you pull it out with even tension, it won't spring up. Oops. It like cancels out the light a little bit. So I'll move my head up and down. Well, we'll keep it on this one. I'm not too sure about that. Wonder how Mr. Randy's doing. And Dave. I haven't caught a Dave stream in so long because I've been up or working through the night. I just don't really want to get into conversations with anybody I know personally. It's like the same conversation over and over and over again. But dang, y'all, if we're gonna keep having this conversation, I'm gonna get y'all some ginkgo biloba so you can remember the freaking. Yeah. But it's quite alright. gonna have a fishing fleet soon, and it will be smooth sailing. Well, not smooth sailing. Finally get back to chaos. Too quiet. I gotta change shorts. These are like way too big, and they're poofed out. It's driving me nuts. I feel like I'm wearing a Santa costume. But it is 4. Holy shit! When did I start? I got nowhere to be. Flash. Ah. Tell me what you thought about when you were gone. I wish I never brought that up the other day because I can't get it out of my mind. Fuse TV, if anybody remembers that world. I'll leave it at this if we have more on there. You know, I've been trying to find chick friends for a really long time, so I really think that we should all join forces. Because at the end of the day, we're all looking for cool chicks to hang out with. Where are the chicks at? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding though. I've been looking for chick friends for a long time. But I guess I have standards. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have standards. My standards is essentially just like, I don't know, like outside a lot more than inside. Which thankfully is a lot of people here. Unfortunately though, most people have moved out in the last few years. But these shorts are gonna go in the garbage. I don't know why I can't find. I did. I'm waiting for. I gotta sell something with someone on PayPal because I pretty much just use cash. I'm telling y'all. I'm pretty dang outdated. Like, and when I get this truck going, I won't even have AC. No, just kidding. But it's like all, it's an old one. It's all mechanical and stuff. I can drive. I just don't like to. I like tri-rail and buses. Able to see more. Car driving, you can just see in front of you. And you certainly can't draw or read a book. And yeah, everything that I do locally is walking distance, and everything that I don't do locally is a bus or a train away. and it's not cityscape or anything like that, and it's not the best quality wise. Yeah, zero complaints, but I mean, like, it doesn't go inland. It's a pretty much strictly coastal. I mean, there's some bus routes that go out. Oh, I never finished the flash. That's funny. Rainbow. Bright line, yeah. It's a little pricey for like distance. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's a little pricey. Like, I could go to Miami for $8. Brightline is like $60. The fuck? And we do have Amtrak too. And I do want to ride Brightline. It's pretty cool to get a new train, and I still haven't read it. Unfortunately, I know a guy whose dad got hit by it. Yeah. I got. Here, let me zoom in. I just look exhausted all the time. But I assure you I am. Everybody is, though. Exhaustion party. And when I say everybody, I obviously don't mean every single human being. And like, some people may suffer in other ways. Like, financially they might not suffer, but like all their friends are, so therefore, like, kind of by proxy. Two or a few pieces of gold. It's amazing just what few strands of this and that does. Because the gold, it doesn't look like much on camera, but it, man, it's like adding vinegar to a dish. It like wakens it up. I like adding gold to saltwater fish, even though everywhere I've read it's like highly illegal. Just like how in fashion they say you can't mix black and brown. The fuck says who? Shite is delicious. But anyway, same thing with the silver and gold. Shoot. Just got this shirt for $3. And they didn't have V-necks, but I wanted a cleaner background because all of my shirts have prints on it. Like patterns, not the artist formerly known as. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright. I was gonna add this one. A few strands to rest on top. I do want to do a music stream. Maybe I'll experiment after this one and just leave it streaming while I sit here and finish stuff. So I usually put music on. I just have to delete it after, which sucks. Beautiful. Besides that one piece of flash, but that's alright. The drones are near. The drones are near. Yeah. I think I listened to the same music since I was like 4th grade. But I do branch out, you know. Every now and then I'll hear, like there's a bunch of, I guess like you could say electronic music. I think Cooper used to pop in. Recommended one of them that I really like. I do like instrumental music a lot, or music without lyrics. Come back up that way. I just want to get this down a little bit. Fuck. Let me shoot. Yeah. And if I ever say something that you may not agree with, please enlighten me. Because I don't have stagnant opinions. I can only see so much, especially not leaving my desk very often. So there's always a zillion things that I totally overlook or don't even come close to thinking about. Like a good example was a long time ago, we were walking around on the beach and or walking to the beach and it was closed and my friend was like, "This is some horse shit. I pay taxes, this and that." And I was like, "'Tis, but it's sea turtle season." And they were like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? Like a little bit of yeah, I don't. I'd rather, yeah, because if you get challenged, then you just have like a new avenue of thought or what have you. I mean, You spend most time with yourself to begin with, like waiting in lines and pondering. Gotta keep that ponder material fresh. God, I love this stuff so much. I haven't planned any out yet, but I can't wait to get back on Craftfur with this for the heads. So then I can add eyes to like hollow flies. Like do the body in the hollow style and then hit it up top. Mike, yay! I appreciate you being here. Oh, that must have been sick. Dayland to Winter Park. Winter Park is very special. Their main strip of shops, they don't allow any chains, so it's all real businesses. It's like a secret paradise. And it's got the, I don't know if it's the largest, but one of the largest, I don't know, of Tiffany glass, chandeliers, and art pieces, but quite old and majestic. Brilliant. It was brilliant. One side bugged me a little bit. A little overboard. Just get this. Does anyone here watch city tutoring or city math tutoring? I don't catch every upload, but I do try to catch them. Just thinking about simplicity a lot today after that. Like, what does that even mean on like or what, not what does that even mean? I mean, what can that possibly mean in mass or what have you, like on a large scale, because everyone's so different, and rather than letting the individual go extinct, because we're not reproductive enough and this and that. It's wild. I just can't get over the verbiage and like, cause you know how it's not conspiracy. There's documents, files, wording, like .gov on all this bit on all this freaking bit shit. It's like it's not conspiracy or anything, like cause it's not like a utopia. It's a machine. It's not even like a living landmass at this point. It feels like. Feels like a huge shift. And it feels like, I feel like more like a prey animal rather than like a human being with agency. All for some inbred bloodlines, probably. I don't know what I'm talking about now. It's just really distressing. As a regular citizen, when will my stall be cold? Not sure, but that's what it feels like. Like, what's the alternative if we weren't sacrificed to the war machine and essentially bred and raised to power it, whether it be through debt or signing up for service or so I'm making a chill spot in the backyard, and I'm trying to just get it clear right now, because it doesn't matter if it's all piled up PVC pipes and stuff like that. It don't matter. If someone's gonna bitch about PVC pipes, and they're obviously someone that it's not for, so ain't no thing. Just usher them into a direction which might have, less PVC pipes for them. But, yeah, like I want to have one part on the other side of the fence. So, like, if someone needs to sleep in their car overnight, like they could pull it up and stuff like that. The only rules are like, don't be an asshole, and if you see somebody being an asshole, tell them they're an asshole, and then remind them of the rules. But yeah, cookouts and that kind of thing. I'm in a perfect position to make a communal spot, which I really think that has to catch on. I can't freaking rent a place or I'll meet at a park because like I can only stay in parks until sundown. And the garage is already half converted into an apartment. Just kind of make that like a clubhouse, like at a condo. Could make plans and congregate and pack for and prepare for any camping stuff. This again, I don't like how the face came out, but that's alright. It's gonna be under resin and with eyes. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. 4:30 in the morning. I'll put eyes on these tomorrow. I still want to tie quite a few of them, but I gotta dig out some more feathers. I'm down to 2. I do really like this color combination though. I just want to get so bad at The eyes come on like Wednesday or Thursday, so I might wait for the eyes. Those will be a lot easier to place than the stickers, straight stickers. But I really like this color combination, blue, pink, and yellow. And with the red eyes. Hey, Jay. Hey, yeah, well, unfortunately, my dad passed away, I think, now 2 weeks ago. Unexpectedly, man, too. Like, I came over for dinner, and the worst part is I was running late. Like, if I was here, like, 2 minutes prior. But instantly, like, slammed those right out of my mind, like, or those thoughts, rather, because just gotta slam it all out of my mind for a while, because really the last few months, like, been really waiting for my dad to at least have energy to, like, sit on the pier, and didn't get that far. And last time oh, I love this country, alright, I do, but it lets the worst people make millions of dollars and knowingly destroy human bodies. So I guess I should say, like, I used to love this country a lot. Now, that being said, there is no other country that, like, I could picture myself existing in. But it doesn't even fucking feel like a country. It feels more like a cancer cluster at all times. And the worst fucking weird, like when Bill Gates was buying up farmland, I was laughing my ass off. I just don't understand, I guess. I do, but it's just, to be totally honest, I want to live life as fast as possible now. I'm good on just like having normal human life. Like, I would rather fall off a building every single day of my life than to sit in complacency, like rotting inside out, staying inside 24 hours. It's really easy to fall into that, especially with all like the modern stuff or modern scapes, which, you know, I'm not complaining, but it just really pisses me off is all. And I have just observed so much with like big pharma stuff and like my own family that like I don't owe this country a fucking thing. I really don't. And the most I will do is make a backyard area and try to find as many vets that are like really struggling as far as like not having nothing to do, or not nothing to do, but you know what I mean, like groups of people to fish with, something that like overrides with like ancient DNA code. Because I mean, humans have been fishing for our entire life, our entire history, and but yeah, I don't even like talking about this place, to be honest. I like the people, I like the places, I like the traditions and cultures, and like a lot of the history. Obviously, not to know about history, it doesn't mean you like it or not. I'm so exhausted by that. It's like, oh, you know that one thing? Wow, I can't believe you think that. It's like, what the fuck? Just because the information resides in my brain, it doesn't mean it's not worth it. It's not even worth explaining. As soon as you hear someone say something that's just, you know, then you walk away, because like it's not worth a single breath. Like, you might as well use that breath for swimming in the ocean. And but yeah, just a lot of stuff like that I see all the time. But it was just so mishandled. Like 100% cancer, then has to wait 3 months for a CAT scan. That the doctor kept saying how it has to be immediate, like any more time. But 3 months is the close. The whole thing was a shit show. The whole thing felt like losing the entire time. I love this country for the people and the places and the dope buildings that haven't been built for decades now. Because all people know how to build these days are shitty apartment buildings and strip malls. The fuck? Alright, anyways, I'm gonna go and relax a little bit. If anybody has any advice, it's or like fly pattern recommendations, but I just don't like it. I don't. It's like the fakest, most uncomfortable, awkward, embarrassing shit all the time. Ever since I was a kid, it's like, holy shit. Other countries see this on the TV and they're like, oh wow, they think that over there? I try to be a happy chappy, I really do. I am a very self-content person, but I feel like when others are. Because it's really hard to enjoy anything when you like look at any direction, and it's like uh bad, and I don't know like what it's gonna look like in the next few years, where people like where desperation starts kicking in, and that kind of, and like the gaslighting and the like everything's fine. It's noticeably chewing at people's sanity, mine included. But just about everything I see on the TV chews at my sanity. Holy shite. Call that thing the Riri box. But it's difficult to put into words because it just seems like a downer subject, which it is what it is. I think the most we could do is like vocalize as much stuff, because then that's when plans get put into place. And I don't mean like plans like to topple the government. No, impossible. You don't even think like that. It's worthless. The things that you can do is interacting with your neighbors more, and you know, backyard barbecues and that kind of thing, and seeing who is struggling in your area, who would maybe want to do potlucks. One day it's at your house, next day it's at, you know, because I mean, we're in a time where a lot of people don't even know their neighbor, or people move in and out because there's a lot of renting, that you don't really even develop a relationship with your neighbor. But again, it is what it is, and you gotta keep on keeping on. But I'm dead serious about turning the back. If there's a backyard garage, I don't want to rent it. That's what my dad was gonna do. That sounds like a nightmare. I would rather just set it up well so people could benefit from it, and then, you know, thankfully, like a lot of the people I interact with anyway, like doing stuff or making stuff, and like some of them live in apartments or studio apartments and can't like use a torch. So it'd be sweet to also have like a workspace, a communal workspace. And then eventually could start getting RVs and then have them going in different directions, because it's very strange. But I'm really itching to get to back to like outside and like get groups of people to go together, because I mean, gosh, like here in Florida, if the internet went out or if the power went out for like a week, like during a storm or something, like, I don't know. It's just like, I, as a very introverted like person, even I, like, a human connection and contact is vital. I lived 6 years in the Florida swamp, and I almost lost my sanity completely multiple times. The isolation was unreal. I barely, like, oh God, like, and like, I was stuck out there, like, when my mom's in a coma, I was stuck out there when my dad, like, was in treatment. I know now hell is on planet Earth. Okay, I do. Does it have good fishing? Hell yeah, it has good, real good fishing. I thought I was good at fishing, put it this way. That's how good the fishing is out there. I thought I was good at fishing. Hell no. It's just lush. But anyways, I'm going off because like it's very hot in here, And yeah, I do. It's been raining for the like entire week during the day. And peppers. I think I don't know. It kind of feels like coming out of a cloud too. Every day, like have a little bit more thoughts in my mind. But Boone, how's that? How is that working with the feathers? I've been wondering about that. And after being in like cool water, do they go back to the bent? I was wondering that too. I I still didn't grab. I do have a flat iron, but I haven't given it a go. I tried a few feathers and I couldn't get a sweet spot as far as holding it. And yeah, I was wondering if the feather's like super bent and flatten it. If it goes in like water and dries again, I wonder if it'll unflatten. I guess doubt it, because the feathers straighten out really nice after dipping it. Yeah, I gotta try that. I got a few cups of twisted to shite feathers, but also some of the, what is that? Hen hackle or hen feathers. Really curved, but some of those would be really nice to add to tails if it could straighten them. But here, let me turn this something on. Well, it's 4:30. I better hit the something. Probably gonna dig around in that room. I have a few more things to move and then I could get the tables out. And trying to do little bits in every area because, man, it's packed. But all of just unnecessary stuff like mail and like boxes and boxes, medical records. It's been brutal. But on that note, happy trails. Good night, Boone. And like I said, if you're ever on Instagram or Facebook, my email's bruisedpeachvintage@gmail.com. I made that a good 10 decades ago, so and yes, 10 decades ago. I didn't mean to say 10 years ago. Anyway, happy trails.